Hi, this is just a few pointers on putting this machine together. It's not finished yet, but there's a couple of bits that will drive you crazy due to the instructions being so poor. There's a lot of screws attached and you have to remove bits and pieces, which will confuse you at the start. So this bit was in here, so you have to screw off this off here and then attach this bit. After you've that bit up there done, you're coming down to this end. And let's say you're going to be confused because let's say there's that's 4 screws in this pack, and then you'll try and screw them in here, but there's nothing to screw them into. So there's another little pack that has a plate and this rubber stop under here, that rubber stop in a bag. So you take out that plate and you slide it into this piece here, and then you're able to screw this stand into that section. For this bit then, you'll have this bit and it's all just one piece, okay, but there's a couple of screws either side. There's one screw in there maybe, or down there, I can't remember, and the same either side, a screw either side. You screw them out and then you're able to separate those parts and then you screw them in. But there is also a couple of screws in here and there already on the post, and you have to screw them out and then attach this on and then screw them back in. So it's like it is up here. You'll see some, when you're looking around, you see some screws already screwed in. Okay, so I assume, I haven't got to that yet, but I'll have to screw them out to attach something else onto them, and I use that screw to fix whatever it is back on, okay? Next up, you're gonna, let's say, connect the wire in here. Okay, you're putting this post onto this section. Connect the wire up, and then you got this out of your pack, you got this, let's say, got a couple of those. I presume I put these on there. It doesn't really tell you, but you've got that one with the screw off here, and you just attach that through there and screw it together using the tool you have in the thing if you don't have tools, and then you put in this bar onto this section. Okay, next up is attaching the foot thingamajigs, and we'll be using these 4 screws. So this bit is handy enough. You just put the screws through the hole and into this section, and then we'll be tightening them up. So those 2 are now on. So next up we're on to this bit, 52. So we're putting this bracket on. So putting this on here, and you've probably spent a few minutes looking for screws, and they're attached here. So the screws we're using are attached back here, so we'll have to screw them out and then screw them onto this bit. So I've attached those on there. There's a kind of a 3-pin one, which is self-explanatory. Then there's 2 that are similar. You just kind of plug them in. I think they only go into certain ones, so give that a go. We'll see what happens. Okay, so I've taken that bit back off because these wires are a pain in the ass to try and push everything together. They're just too long, so I'm gonna try just push these in as far as they go, and then attach. And then there's just less bulk to try and jam into a small space. If you're doing this on your own, it's a pain in the ass because this thing is loose and it keeps falling. So I just stuck a bit of tape there and I've stuck it underneath, and now it just won't fall while I'm trying to connect the wires up. So I have those connected, so I'm going to feed, I suppose, some of the cable back into the box to try and just keep it nice and neat, and not try to be jamming stuff in. So that's on pretty neat. Okay, that went okay. I think it'd be best to attach, let's say, I'm putting in the first screw. Easiest to attach the bottom ones first, because you can pull it out a small bit and see where the hole is in the box. So we'll give that a go. And don't make the dumbass move like I just did and forget to put batteries into the box. Okay, so I screwed that on. Let's say these bottom ones are a bit of a pain in the ass to screw in if, let's say, you've just got a normal length screwdriver. I haven't screwed that one all the way in. It's not going in easy enough for me. But there's no need. So I wouldn't go forcing it because you'll be taking these off eventually when you replace the battery. But that's nice and solid. Maybe it could be a bit more solid. Alright, so I tightened them up a lot more solid now. And you can tilt this, so that other one that I was saying that was awkward to get to, you can get to it more easy. Who would I know? So we're on to this bit, which there is no mention of in the fantastic manual. It's just attaching these bits onto the side here. As I said earlier, when you were doing the back section, there was a kind of couple of screws in like this. So we're going to take these off, and then we're going to put them on and screw them back in that way. So that's on, the casing's on, so we just use these screws you put off, and we're going to put them in there. So I put on this one first, over on this side, which kind of has this ridge here. Okay, so I tighten them in nice and tight, and then I tried to put this in, but it was kind of just sticking. So maybe don't tighten them up, but don't go too tight. Okay, so it gives you a little wiggle room. So when you put in the other side, you can kind of match them together and kind of get it to tighten up, and then really tighten up your screw on that side that you've already put on. And as you will find out, it's annoying screwing in these. Okay, that's that bit done. Could be a small bit tighter down there, but who cares? Okay, so a while ago, when I first had it on, I ripped off the plastic of this, and then you find that loads of it is stuck underneath here. So you kind of have to loosen up these. I don't know what jerk came up with this system, but you gotta loosen these, and then to get the rest of that plastic, if you want to get all the plastic off. If you're not bothered, it's still a small bit stuck there. So you have to loosen them to get this plastic off underneath. Spare parts, all that I could find left over so far that I can see anyway is this washer. I think it came out of that pack that had the bracket for this section. Okay, and it had the rubber stopper in it. So there's no mention of where to put it, but I'm just going to put it, since it's left over, I'm just going to screw off the rubber thing, and it fits over that. So we'll just attach that rubber thing back up here and keep all the bits used. Okay, so yeah, that's it together. There's a heart rate monitor thing, I think. There's no mention of it. Not too sure what the story with this is. But that's all of it set up so far. Yeah, so I just put on the heart rate monitor around your chest, up near your heart, and this seems to be picking up my pulse. Is that good or bad? Probably not. I'm not very fit. Yeah, so I just did a few pulls there, and the heart rate went up, so that's good. So that's it. Hopefully you found this useful, and if you have any comments for other people that are going to have a tough time putting this together, put them in the comment section if there's any tips. That's it. Best of luck.